What up, family? Name of this video is How to Manifest Anything You Desire, starting with a pear. This pear, this organic pear, this is the beginning to transform my mind into a state of abundance, so then I start attracting things that are abundant, positive, good, love, balance. It all begins with the pear, because this is going to change my genetics when I eat it. If I eat a cheeseburger, that's going to put me into a negative vibration, cause me to be depressed, because the animal that I'm eating was depressed its whole life. People were kicking it in the head, treating it like garbage, and therefore its genes changed. So these animals, they lived a miserable existence their whole entire life, and then when you eat it, you're eating those genes. You're eating the cow getting kicked in the head feeling depressed, and then it impacts your genetics, and then you feel depressed. And then what happens? The law of attraction kicks in. Whatever you think about, you begin to physically manifest it on the outside. And whatever you think upon, it grows. Like if you keep on thinking, oh, nothing but bills, please no bills. Like the people here, whenever I get their mail, they're like, please tell me there's no bills. And then they go and watch The Sound of Music. Man, if you're watching this movie, I don't understand how people can be so fried to watch something like this. So you say, oh, no bills. Oh, there's not enough to go around. And then you sit down and watch The Sound of Music. And it's the happiest sound in all the world. Hey, I agree with that. Some music is annoying. It makes my skin crawl. It gets stuck in my head. And then it's like, everybody wants you to do it. Do it, do it, do it. Try. And then some music says, I think I'm gonna be sad. Oh, that's wonderful. Get that stuck in your head and then see what you manifest, because that's a thought. And if you keep on thinking that, then you begin physically manifesting it into the physical world. So let's begin with a pear. Let's change our diet so that we feel good whenever we eat. We have energy. We have optimism for the future. We know that these things are coming to us because we have knowledge. And my point is, some people think that the law of attraction, and I've heard it, that if you believe really hard, like if I believe $10,000 check is going to just show up in my mailbox, and I really believe that $10,000 check is in my mailbox, that it will manifest there. But I don't believe that that's the way that the law of attraction works. You need to first have the thoughts in your mind, but then those thoughts actually have to cause work. Something to be manifested on the outside. If you just keep all your thoughts and things you desire in the spiritual realm, then it won't manifest in the outer world. For example, this pear. I eat this, makes me feel good. Makes me have hope. Makes me know that I'm doing something right. I'm eating a pear. But if I was going to eat a cheeseburger, then it brings me down. Gets me all bloated. that I'm going to have parasites in my body. I'm going to be compelled to sit in the dark and not leave my house and be shut off from the summer. Just breathing in air conditioning. And then my body's going to get bloated and I'm going to have a gut. What up, Triple Fourth? I'm talking about how to manifest anything that you desire in this life. It's a combination of your thoughts, and then your thoughts, you become so obsessed on something that it manifests in the physical world. And we manifest things that we don't like because we might be thinking like, man, that motherfucker, that piece of shit, I can't believe that he said that to me. And then you'll be sitting in the box just thinking, just cursing out this person. But what does that cause? It causes the breakdown of your own body. And if you keep on focusing on these things, you're going to get more of the same. So will a $10,000 check just show up in your mailbox? Well, I don't really believe that the law of attraction works like that. But if I'm obsessed with making money and finding the way out and manifesting, what up, Triple Fourth? If I'm obsessed with manifesting money and that's all that I talk about, then I'm going to see opportunities and things are going to come to me. Like, for example, I've been just researching stocks because I desire to leave America and to move to Costa Rica. And what I truly desire is $1 million house out there. And that's the castle. And then establish a community where I preach messages and broadcast it throughout the whole entire world, raising the consciousness of people. And this is a safe haven. We compel people to join our community and live for free. So whenever I want to manifest something, I actually have to do some work. It has to physically manifest on the outside. Even if you trust the universe and you don't have a penny in your name, but you're still offering amazing information that changes lives, that cures cancer, and any other disease that you can name. Don't be surprised when $300,000 shows up in your PayPal account. But what if I just like, oh, bills. Hopefully there's no bills. And then I sit down and I watch The Sound of Music. What am I going to manifest? I'm going to manifest nothing. It's going to melt my brain. And whatever you think upon grows. That's why I don't like these churches, how it's like, drinking and smoking and fornicating. You guys are dirty, wretched sinners. And then people are like trying not to do these things. It's like, I'm trying not to drink. I'm trying not to fornicate. And it really makes you want to do it even more. And then therefore, they're the problem. Because they're actually putting it in front of you. And they keep on reminding you. And resistance makes stronger. Even though the Bible's not even talking about fornicating, like having sex, it's talking about the fornex in your mind. And whenever the Bible talks about the woman, it's talking about emotions. Like the woman is subject onto the man. It's saying that the woman, your emotions, needs to be subject onto your mind. And when you're in church, your emotions are to remain silent. But if you want women to wear like bags over their heads and where their eyes are just showing and you want to suppress them, well then you're going to use it literally and take advantage of people. Okay, what do we got here? Welcome, come on in. So my point is, with the law of attraction, with manifesting anything you desire, first you have to know what you want. Is it lots and lots of money? Well, then keep on focusing on it. But then don't just sit in your room and be like, I'm going to win the lottery. Money is coming to me. And then you don't ever leave your room. And then you don't talk to anybody. Well, then most likely the money isn't going to come. But then once you believe this, and then you believe that I am a millionaire, I manifest abundance, then you go out into the real world and then you start talking to people.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
All right. So having this mindset, you go out into the physical realm and then you act differently. So there's the person that absorbs the knowledge. In my pursuit, the only thing that matters to me is the truth and gaining enough knowledge that I could share with other people. And now I have the knowledge to cure any disease. I know how to cure cancer, diabetes, AIDS. I believe that there's only one disease, and that's when the mucous membrane in your body gets compromised. And the reason why everyone gets sick is because the American diet is just starch and blood, and there's no nutrition whatsoever. And even when people eat fruit, it's genetically modified. It changes their genes, and it's most likely programmed by a scientist to make people sick and get them on medication or to just flat out kill them. So I feel good when I eat an organic orange or an organic pear. And then that puts me into a different state. I actually want to go outside. I want to get sunlight. I want to talk to people. That's true. It's really good to pass some of your knowledge. And when you do that, you can start a path towards that goal you desire. Knowledge is never going to hurt you. And even if you're receiving something that's a lie and then you believe it to be true at the time, later down the line when you discover that it's not true, you need to accept it. But then still, even that journey, even realizing that, hey, I was believing lies and I was believing things that were false and people were taking advantage of me, that's still part of my journey. And it makes me stronger. And now I can see the bigger picture. I don't see the whole picture, but I'm getting a clearer view of what's going on. So I listened to this one guy. I don't listen to him too much anymore, but his name is Bashar. And he channels an extraterrestrial alien from another dimension. And then he says, like, if you truly believe that $10,000 is going to show up in your mailbox, you can manifest that with your mind only. I disagree. It's partly your mind and your body. And anything that you bring out into the physical world, it first starts in your mind. It has to be a thought. And you have to believe that you are able to do what you say you're going to do. You have to believe that it's possible to make $1 million, to have a Lamborghini, to move out of America and start a community and live off of the land for absolutely free, and be a cult leader and compel people to come and join me. I actually have to believe that these things are possible, because if I didn't, I wouldn't even try. Ask. If you want something, you have to ask for it. And the problem is, we're not asking for anything. You may have it in your imagination, but then what? Does it actually impact your physical movement and the way that you respond to people in the world? You may bless people whenever you come online with knowledge and information, and people begin to really love you when you come on. So then they start sending you free things. If you ask for something, people send it. But that's only because you're actually putting some work out there, because you believe it to be so in your mind. Therefore, it starts coming out of your mouth, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You know exactly what's going inside somebody by the words that are coming out of their mouth. I can read your mind once you start speaking, because your words are not going to lie. So this pear makes me feel good. It doesn't put anxiety and pain and suffering into my body. It puts life into there. And that's the first step to manifesting abundance. You put life into your body and you feel good. And you believe that these things are possible. So what am I going to do? Am I going to soak up knowledge and learn about myself, study my astrology, study the 78 tarot cards? I'm going to study different types of stocks and read up on these companies. And then I'm going to make a move. I'm going to do it. I'm going to invest that money. And then a few years go by and it keeps on doubling it. I buy a stock for $1.20, and then 2 years from now, it's $1,000. So 150 shares times 1,000, I just manifested a lot of money. But then what if I'm just, I hope I don't get any bills. And then I go and then I watch the Sound of Music. Well, then I'm not going to manifest anything. I'm going to manifest lack and poverty. Maybe I'll watch the Sound of Music and then I'll watch the Channel 5 news. And then they could tell me how a truck ran off of a bridge and people in Chicago got killed. And who cares? That doesn't pertain to my life at all. Now, if like my mom was in Chicago and then someone shot her, well then it would actually pertain to me. It pertains to my life. But then someone that I don't even know, why should I even entertain that thought for a second? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to put fear into me. I live in Tinley Park. I could go out, I could walk around the neighborhood at night, and most likely nothing's going to happen because it's a suburb. It's not a ghetto. There's some places that I wouldn't walk around. And this all has to do with your beliefs. Because I believe that it's safe, I'm actually going to go and walk around the neighborhood. Now, if I believe that this really peaceful town that I live in was dangerous, well, then my beliefs would actually prevent me from going outside and walking around at night. And that's like a metaphor for the law of attraction. If you believe that it's possible, you're going to do it. But like I'm talking to my friend, he's like, anything that we do, it's never going to work. Jesus doesn't want us to be successful. Everyone that gets money worships the devil. So then what are you going to manifest if you truly believe that? If Jesus hates you and then he doesn't hate you. You're going to have a mansion when you go to heaven. So just shut up and put the cheeseburgers in the bag for right now. But, oh man, there's just something in my mind that prevents me from doing anything. Well, that's a belief. Yeah, fuck TV. I hate it. My family's watching basketball. And like, I just told them one day, I'm like, this just absolutely disgusts me. It's like, why would you say that? My dad says, why would you say that? Well, first of all, there's commercials every 5 minutes, and then they're putting little jingles in your head, so then you want to go eat McDonald's and Applebee's. And when you're watching TV, it's projecting their reality to you. It's giving you a reality. And it's saying, this is the way that the world is. when that's not. I've been lied to. I used to believe that, hey, it was hard to get rich. It was hard to manifest money because there's not enough to go around, and oh, where are all the jobs coming from? But then I realized that all these people are hypocrites, and they just believe whatever they're told, and there's a big mass brainwashing agenda going on. And if mind control wasn't so successful, it wouldn't keep going on. But because it works so well, that's why it keeps on happening. Majority of people are under mind control. And what are they manifesting into their lives? So then they start believing all this stupid crap in their mind, and they keep on dwelling on it. They're like, Donald Trump is, these women are trying to accuse him. And then they just keep focusing on that. And then, meanwhile, you're missing out on knowledge of self. You're missing out on the truth. You're being distracted. So then when the opportunities do come, it's disguised. You don't realize it. You're not on the internet looking up stocks in order to profit, in order to get out of America. You're not absorbing knowledge from people that are teaching occult wisdom. Because once you fill up your mind with all this knowledge, well then, see, I can get on the camera and I could talk about things that I learned. I could talk about how to cure cancer. Like there's people that believe that there is no cure for cancer. But this is the cure right here. Eating a pear. So this is the first step to manifesting. I eat this pear. It's going to make me feel better. And then my thoughts are going to change. Then I believe that, hey, anything's possible. This is a great world. I'm in paradise. I don't want any negative people around me because they don't make me feel good. Because once I eat the pear, then I do feel good. Now, if you don't ever eat the pear, then you don't ever feel good. It's almost like if you grew up your whole life and you're just drinking swamp water and you don't know better. But then one day you drink Fiji water. You're like, holy moly, this stuff is so much better. It makes me feel good. And once you feel good, then you know that anything that doesn't make you feel good, you don't even want it in your life. So then you start acting differently. Start cutting people out of your life because I start realizing, well, when people bring negative vibes to me, it rubs off on me, and then I start getting negative. So the best thing to do is just cut them out and tell people right off the bat, hey, if you're a negative person, I don't even want you to be on my feed. I don't want you texting me or anything. It ain't gonna work out. I don't get along with people like that. But even people that are negative, they still need help. Everyone needs help. It's just hard to get people to realize it because you can't tell anybody what to do. It always has to be their own decision. So I've been studying these different companies. Because I believe that it's possible to invest money in the stock market. My dad's friend just put $400,000 on a stock, and now he made over $1 million in 2 months. There's money out there. So I just found this company. It's called Inspire MD, and the stock sign is NSPR. And I believe it's going for $1.20 right now. I believe it's going to go over 1,000. So Monday, I'm putting in $200 on there. And I'm doing this so then I can increase my money and then get a place in Costa Rica and leave and never come back. And never talk to these devils that are speaking evil things to me. And I'll live in peace. And the people that I surround myself with are all on the same vibe. And we get along, we love each other. Ugh. Man, this office is so filthy. Like, everything I touch, it has poo on it. And I can just feel it on my hands. And I wash my hands before I eat the fruit. But sometimes I don't even eat fruit here because it's just so filthy. That's what happens when you work in a retirement home. Like, you touch a doorknob, and it's like, I can just feel it on my hands. So, when you manifest things, it doesn't just stay in your mind. You could think really, really hard, but then if you never leave your house, most likely it ain't going to happen. But it begins in your thoughts. And then if you keep dwelling on something, whatever you focus on grows, then it will start coming out. It'll come out from your mouth. You'll start speaking differently. You'll be encouraging people. You're actually making friendships. Instead of just watching basketball and the sound of music, you absorb knowledge. You learn knowledge of self. Who am I? By studying my astrology. And then I can act differently towards people and then really care what you have to talk about. It's not just about me. I need to get to know people and truly care about others. And then just that switch alone in your mind, you start creating friendships and using the internet to our advantage. But then if I'm just focused on, everything sucks, we just live in hell, we're just slaves, like my mom says. She's like, well, everyone's a slave. That's just the way it is. Okay. Well, that's what you believe. And then you don't believe that it's possible to get out of slavery. So then you're not even going to try. Even though I've seen it with my own eyes. People are doing it. They left Babylon. They left America. They started a community. And they're living in harmony with nature. I believe it's possible to learn how to build a house, to plant crops, to purify water, and then to walk around naked, absorbing sunlight, so then my cells recharge and I'm in perfect, pristine health, living in paradise. I believe it's possible because I've seen it with my own eyes. Now, if I'm just watching basketball, like my parents, or listening to talk radio and the sound of music, I'm not going to know what's on the other side of the veil. I have to know. And once you know what's possible, then you will see your beliefs change. And then once your beliefs change, then your actions start changing. Then you actually put in the work and do what has to be done in order to manifest that thing that you desire. So I don't believe if you just think really hard, $10,000 check in my mailbox, I'm going to win the lottery. Even though the action of buying the ticket is from a belief that it is possible to win the lottery. But the probability is really bad. I wouldn't even try. Like, it's possible. Just put your money in the stock market. The odds are so much better. And then do some research. Believe that, hey, my dad's friend made $1,600,000 in 2 months from a stock, and they pay out. Facts. So that's the way that I'm going to make it. I'm going to put my money in the stocks for just the time being, but then once it hits a certain point and I can afford a place in Costa Rica, then I'm going to buy that place and then leave. Start my community, start my own culture, and then compel people that are on the same frequency to join and to live for free. And that's my reality. That's what I believe is possible. And that's why every day I'm going to work towards it and keep my mind focused on that. And I believe whatever my mind focuses on, it's going to keep on growing. And before I know it, I'll be in paradise. And I don't want to bullshit myself that this is paradise because I'm sitting in a box. Let's just be real. This is just temporary. We're moving on to bigger and better things. I love myself. All right. Manifest 21. I followed you today because I got your comment from Master Teacher Nature Boy. You commented, and that's how I found you. See, if I was in a completely different frequency, a different vibe, I wouldn't even try to meet people online. I wouldn't have found Master Teacher. I wouldn't have found Manifest 21. But I'm going and I'm finding people that believe the same thing as me. But if I'm some negative dude, like, for example, if I'm a Satanist, well, then I'm going to follow other Satanists online. And then what am I going to produce? What is good? What is it better to do evil or is it better to do good? And I want to be for good and abundance and things that make me feel good. So it's both. It's our mind, and then our mind actually causes us to do something and then physically manifest it because we believe it's possible. So Manifest 21, thank you for tuning in. 444-85, you're my man. And the name of this video is The Law of Attraction. Thank you for watching.